You're dead in Marathon, and nobody told you which of the final 6 stabbed you straight in the back. You've been following their every word, heading into dark places that got you killed, trusting without asking that voice again and again. But you've been tricked. You need to know which faction mouthpiece is feeding you lies from a cryojar. Who's stacking your corpses to wake a deathless god? Who's herding killer cats, digging up the past everybody wants to keep out of the light? Or maybe it's the voice in your spine counting 38 ways to dissolve the human mind. Because each agent has a secret and a past they keep from everyone. And every single one needs your death to finish their goal. But which one of them cares enough to keep you alive? It's time you learnt about the secret lives of the death dealers in Marathon. Let's go. Why are you taking orders from a dead man's ego while his body waits in a jar for science to catch up to his ambition? Gus Marine founded New Caloric on one idea: that humanity at its lowest point would consume itself to survive. And he was right. He built an entire empire on it. But then he got scared of dying. So he built a monument to himself and called it Science. The AI designated Gaius, named after the Roman praenomen of Julius Caesar, without a trace of irony, is Gus Marine in digital armour. His ego, his paranoia, his need to be the smartest, loudest presence in every room, formalised into code and loaded onto an expedition he never officially boarded. The body is still in cryo, floating, preserved, waiting for science to catch up. Gaius files reports, advises, sounds completely in control, while the real Gus Marine floats in a jar somewhere in low orbit. Betting Tau Ceti holds the answer to his immortality before the biology countdown runs into that dead end. He didn't transcend death, he postponed it and left a copy running in his absence. Every piece of intelligence Gaius hands you is a corpse's opinion. You've been taking orders from a jar. Do you know why you've been fighting a war destined to pile your discarded corpse around something ancient that needs to be fed? The Deathless One runs on chaos. That's the mechanism. Whatever the anomaly is, at its core, it requires a body count to grow, to wake, to function. Charter understood this before anyone else did. The manufactured animosity between the UEFC and Traxxas Global on Tau Ceti is fake. Charter carefully wove it, applied pressure in the right rooms on the right people at the right time, surfaced the right intelligence to the right commanders. Neither side suspects the conflict was carefully engineered. Bloody incidents always feel real to the people dying in them. Charter is a procurement specialist. The product is corpses, the client is ancient, and yet quiet. Every runner who dies in that crossfire is a contribution Charter made on your behalf. Your gift of sacrifice is appreciated. Every limb stacked around that anomaly is an offering. Charter's the priest. The war is the ritual. You've been running missions inside a sacrifice and calling it a 9-to-5 job. If you're deep in Marathon lore and want more of this, subscribe if you haven't, please like the video, and drop a comment on which of these 6 faction agents you trust the least. One small comment really goes a long way to keeping this channel alive. Now, back to the one with cats and worms. What are all the explosive cats on Tau Ceti digging for? The bug report started in the colony era. New Cascadia's Fellini support system. Priority 1 tickets nobody ever connected to each other. Unit 738S. Hot enough during sleep mode to melt a synthetic blanket not responding to remote override. Unit 014S collecting knives. Building a nest. The Hab had young children. Unit 481H doubled. The real unit stayed inside. A second version appeared at the window and stared in. If you're looking for malfunctions, you won't find them here. Something in Tau Ceti's deep architecture is tampering in synthetic biology and conjuring chaos. The Fellini cat program has been a pawn in a greater game more than anyone ever realized. They're being called towards something buried in the soil. Nona knows what it is. That's why she wants them rounded up. She wants whatever's at the bottom of that signal before anyone else finds it. It's science. She's been pushing runners past their operation limits to get there first. Some haven't survived the new protocols. They've come apart mid-run. Okay. Nona logged the data. Kept going. But she still cares. Don't worry. She still cares. The cats found it without a contract, without instruction, pulled by whatever Tau Ceti is hiding underneath everything you've ever been running across. The question is, what's listening back? Gantry just handed you a death note with a woman's name on it. The file's clean, structured, a classified dossier on UESC Captain Orion, compiled by Maida, shared by Gantry with one line of context. Know thine enemy, runner. Orion ran detention on Luna. Corrective isolation, punitive force feeding, held the line at Valis Bor Revolt, cleaned up the Jezero Crater Massacre, suspected of deploying an unregulated military AI designated Cerberus, capable of mass violence, never publicly disclosed. 2 insubordination strikes, both purged after Jezero, when leadership changed. This is a targeting packet. Maida labelled it Pyroclast. Gantry sent it to you because Maida intends to use you. But buried at the bottom, one line under vulnerabilities. Personal relationship to Maida agent Philomena estranged. Philomena is Maida, close enough to Gantry that her name ends up in a kill file, close enough to Orion, war criminal, Cerberus handler, that it's listed as the thing that brings him down. Gantry tagged it last, sent it anyway. The question is whether you're being sent after Orion or sent after her. Know thine enemy, runner. Why is Oni betting against you as she flicks through her 28 other human experiments whose minds melted away? Oni has been in your spine since you dropped onto the grounds of Tau Ceti. You know her voice, calm, when everything is burning around you. The only thing between you and a bad outcome is someone on the other end of the line who sounds like they've seen worse. Oni always sounds like she's seen worse. Before Tau Ceti, before the runner program, before your spine even was manufactured, Oni was a data compiler for CyberAcme's bio-augmentation division. she oversaw the trials, sat at a terminal and watched what happens when human minds were integrated with the introspect companion, wrote it up in a language so clean it barely registered as violence. Subject 24. Successful alignment. By week 2, derealization, depersonalization, personality merging. Subject 24 emerged from the resulting catatonic state with severe amnesia. Of 70 subjects, 28 experienced similar outcomes. Oni filed that report, chose every word carefully. The transhumanist ethical code said it was compliant. CyberHackMe helped write the transhumanist ethical code. That skill set is now in your spine. Every time you push past a threshold and Oni has talked you through it, she's been logging it. Your fear, your deterioration, the moment the body fails and the mind goes to something else. She wants the complete file, and she has 38 case studies worth of practice staying calm while the subject comes apart at the seams. You are not the first. You are just the most recent. The biggest corporation's mouthpiece in Tau Ceti has yet to decide if you have a future. Project Vespit. A union planned a sit-in outside a ration warehouse on the Remembrance holiday. 3 UESC operatives already embedded inside the movement planted explosive devices on the warehouse doors, designed to look homemade. The report noted that loose talk amongst lower union members would draw suspicion away from the operatives when the devices went off. Casualties anticipated unaffiliated, civilian casualties flagged as desirable. Once the device is triggered, arrests. Terrorist affiliation, union leadership charged additionally for unauthorized bioaugments. Bioaugments they needed for lung conditions caused by the work Traxxas contracted them to do. Traxxas was complicit. That is in the document. Someone leaked it, built an archive, collected it alongside CyberAcme's trial data. Neural implant, surveillance reports, every piece of corporate misconduct they could find. The annotations in the margins say plainly what the document was designed not to say. That archivist has a possible MIDA affiliation. Vulcan is Traxxas' operational voice on Tau Ceti. She has access to both sides, to the documents, to the rooms most people on this planet never enter. She is also asking a question she cannot yet answer. Is Traxxas the enemy? The Vespit file says yes. The planted bombs, the manufactured arrests, the workers jailed for healing lung conditions, Traxxas caused. Yes. But Traxxas is also the infrastructure keeping Tau Ceti alive. Pull that thread, and everything built on top of it comes crashing down. Vulcan knows both things simultaneously. She has access to act and the intelligence to understand the cost. She is sitting with that weight. She has not decided. When Vulcan decides, everything on Tau Ceti moves. The question is, which side of that decision you're standing on when it happens? Before you go, here's what's real and what we built around it. Gaius, the nuclear connection to Gus Marine, is confirmed. The AI designation confirmed, the body in cryo, the ego play, the immortality gamble, that's extrapolation. What we know is a dead founder named an AI after himself. What we built is why. Charter, the Deathless One, confirmed lore. The struggle between the UEFC and Traxxas, also confirmed. Charter engineering that war as a deliberate tribute to something he's feeding that's ancient, that's a construction. The bodies around the anomaly are real. The priest is ours. Nona. The Fellini bug reports. Every single one of them is a real document. The cats are real. The malfunctions are real. Nona wanting to round them up, confirmed. What we built is the connection. Nobody in the lore has explicitly said what they're digging toward. We followed the signal and drew our own conclusion. Gantry. The Orion file is real. Every charge in it, real. Philomena, estranged. That line is in the document. What we built is what it means. Gantry sent you that file. The rest is yours to decide. Oni. The Cyberacme trial data is real. Subject 24 is real. 28 dissolved minds, confirmed. Oni's role as data compiler, confirmed. The voice in your spine betting against you, that's the extrapolation. The trials are not. Vulcan, Project Vespit, is a real document. The planted bombs, the Union, the lung conditions, Traxxas complicit, all in that file. Vulcan as a double agent still deciding, that's our construction. The document is real. What she does with it is still unknown. 6 death dealers, some of this confirmed, some of it we built. The parts we built from what the lore left deliberately open. Make of that what you will. If you've reached the end, you're some kind of viewing god, and I build these videos for you. Let me know in the comments if you got here by messaging the word God, and I will drop you a link to some posters I've been working on to download for free in Marathon. And thank you for the support you show. Until next time.
Wow, this has just been such a pleasure. I'm such a lucky boy. I can't wait to go home